Welcome to Smoko with the AFI. Now, Mick, we've just come back from the New South Wales Farmers Writers lunch, where you got to recap 15 years worth of work here at the AFI in 15 minutes. What did you talk about?
I thought the best approach was to look at examples of good policy outcomes and bad policy outcomes. I thought it was useful to point out that the bad policy outcomes were often rushed ones that were jumped on in response to crises or campaigns, whereas the good policy outcomes were ones that are much more long-lasting, that evolve over time, that often only result in incremental change but stand the test of time. So I guess I was encouraging governments to think about the policies they enact rather than just knee-jerk reactions.
And your examples of bad policy outcomes?
Well, I thought the two bad ones were the Native Vegetation Act in New South Wales that was introduced in '95 overnight, and then the live cattle export temporary ban in 2011.
And both those issues still with us and still causing pain?
They still are. And then the two good ones that I thought are drought policy, which I know is a perennial one and I know it's been round and round, but I think the landing at the moment is not a bad spot. With a lot of work involved, and similarly with R&D policy. The agricultural R&D policy has stood the test of time, first introduced in '89 by John Kerrin. That whole RDC model and the approach taken has stayed there, but it did take a lot of time to sort out and get developed.
Excellent.
And you've been starring in the media as well, I hear.
Yeah, so got a call to give some comments over the announcement from Bill Morrow, the head of NBN, last night at Senate Estimates, that they've abandoned the 100 megabits top speed for fixed wireless, which was a bit of a shock for everyone. I guess what I talked about, or the justification that had been given for doing that, was that there wasn't an economic case, that it was going to cost too much money and there wasn't the demand for it, which I think is just a really short-sighted way of looking at it, because sure, there's no who's going to build products for something that doesn't exist. So this idea that there's no demand, mass market demand, you build a service, people build products for it. It's like chicken and egg. I mean, it's like when the Sydney Harbour Bridge was built. There was no justification for 6 lanes then. It was an investment in the future and for expansion. And I think that's
so. Just to clarify, fixed wireless presumably would have been a technology in some regional areas where you couldn't justify cable, but it was desirable to have superfast broadband available.
Exactly, and it's the people I talk to that are on fixed wireless, although there are patchy experiences, but some people are having a really great experience through fixed wireless. So I don't think it's a technology issue as such. It's just a willingness to spend the money to extend that and build the capacity in it for the high speeds. So hopefully that's replaced with something else. They're talking about 5G as a replacement, but getting that internet capacity, or the broadband capacity and the speeds, I think is really critical for the growth of data products and technology solutions for agriculture.
Well, it's cheerio from me, and this is my last Smoko, which to some might be a relief. I will be making a final Dame Nellie Melba guest appearance at the forthcoming digital technology conference that's being run by the AFI in June. So those that haven't had enough of a bad thing, you can get one last dose at that event. So signing off. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Is the sound working?
I'm here with Richard. No, I'm not. You're very tolerant.
That's what it's about.
Oh.
The 3 kids.
Flop.
Talladega Nights.
The way it works. I'm just going to get a bit of that.
How have you got the energy?
I don't at this point. I'll introduce it.
That's very good. That would be good. Because I don't know what we're doing.
Okay.
A project. God.
It's his first bloopers.
We'll catch you next time.
Look through what?
Well, if I look like this, I'll get into trouble.
You're leaving us.
Yes, Richard, I've had enough. The staff are revolting and I've decided to get out.